Hey guys, it's me Edgar. Just wanted to say how I feel more and kind of throw a little bit more, one more video. And I really wanted to talk about this because I really just feel, a lot of DC fans need to come to Jesus moment to where, look, things are going to happen a certain way that really you can't control. With the whole fiasco with Warner Brothers and everything between on that, it really says a lot to where DC movies are. Um, People say Warner Brothers isn't toxic, Disney is, and all that stuff. I don't know if they really don't understand what they really think they're smoking. Because, the biggest issue with the Zack Snyder universe is Zack Snyder's universe had somewhat problems. What I mean is, Zack had a plan. He wanted to do a 5-part miniseries on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and maybe a few other members and going forward. The problem is, and I mean, the problem is you don't have a studio that cares about their product. And it really says a lot to where they do everything in their possibly can to fuck over Zack Snyder. And I had to do this video because, to me, I'm just going to be honest saying this right now. It goes to show where a studio just hates Zack Snyder. And I will say, yes, Henry Cavill will one day go to Marvel. People say he's under contract. I just personally, I'm going to say this. I think they're just saying that just to keep us shutting up. Because let's say he's not in contract. Therefore, people would just instantly hate Warner Brothers even more. And one day when he joins Marvel and everyone is going to lose their fucking minds. They already confirmed that they're going to do a Black Superman with J.J. Abrams' fucking crew. I'm going to say this right now. I don't think Abrams is going to direct it. I think he's going to produce it, and his studio's going to make it, and someone else is doing it, and all that shit. I don't think that shit's going to literally have Abrams by name loan. No, I think it's just going to have his studio, and that's it. If it's Abrams doing it, oh boy, we got a problem. And that's just really saying a lot. However, and this is something I really am just going to say this, when that shit happens, be expecting the fireworks to go off. Be expecting the fireworks to go off in the worst fucking way. And I really feel like, a lot of fans are just naive and stupid because they don't understand what they're getting themselves into. They don't understand that what you're saying is dumb. You're not literally speaking the fucking truth. And that's how things are. Warner Brothers is too fucking stupid on them saying, oh, we're going to do the multiverse. How? By what plan are you going to do the multiverse? You're only using that as a card to get around it. You're only using it to get around with your own little bullshit and just get away with Zack Snyder's universe. And that's saying a lot. Why don't you just fucking say we're just rebooting the universe? That's my whole response towards Warner Brothers. Why don't you just come and say we're just rebooting the universe? We don't want to continue it. We've done all the other films. We're going to have our own Superman, our own Batman. We're going to continue Wonder Woman until the third film and then reboot her. And the rest is history from there. I really, 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 really want to ask why are you continuing this universe then? The universe that Zack Snyder built from Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, the Justice League, and down. Are you doing everything you possibly can? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, absolutely. 616, man. I mean, there are a bunch of fucking fat egos, and they just don't know what they're fucking doing. I mean, they had a plan. Zack had a plan. I mean, with Warner Brothers, if you're talking about Warner Brothers alone, oh yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. But yet again, Marvel showed them the direction that they needed to go. Zack had a somewhat of a, and I mean somewhat of a plan to counter Marvel's idea. But yet again, they're not going to do that. They're not going to fucking do that shit. Because if deep down, if they did that shit, they don't want to have the fucking payoff. They want to have the rush, half-ass, get it, and fucking going. They did a similar direction towards whatchamacallit. They did a similar situation on Green Lantern. There was whole concepts of whole different directions where they wanted to go with the Green Lantern movie, and they fucking threw that away. That goes to show you, Warner Brothers does not care. They're only using Batman as like their only scapegoat. They know deep down people like us would just go watch that and no one could say a word. And to be fair, it's true. It's so true. We can't even say it. It really does. Yeah, I'll say this. If it came out today's day and age, oh yeah, no, not even a question. Green Lantern would have been an instantly hit. It has the same type of Marvel formula. If you ask me, it has the same type of formulaic Marvel feel. I don't understand. I just don't understand Warner Brothers. And this is why I said this in my last video. I really, really, really think DC should have been bought by 20th Century Fox. At least with them, yeah, they probably do some bullshit. Knowing them, Fox fucking killed X-Men. They fucking killed Alien. They ruined Predator. I'm sure they would have done something. I'm sure they would have done something and best as possible. But no. We're not going to do none of that crap. We're going to do some bullshit. We're going to do our own fucking universe. We're going to do all that crap. Has anyone seen the fucking What If poster? I'm going to go show you guys. I'm going to show you this right now. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to share screens right now. Yes. Damn. All right. Okay, all right. What If by Marvel. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Hold on, just give me a minute. Oh, there you are. See this? See this fucking shit? You couldn't tell me you're going to compete with that? And imagine these. Imagine some of these characters go into the live action format where it's going on Secret Wars and Battle World, and some of these What If versions go into that fucking shit. Do you honestly think that's gonna not happen? Bullshit. It's gonna happen, and I guarantee it. And the fact is, when you have situations like this, when you're doing alternate universes, alternate continuities, Loki using Thor's hammer, yours truly, Gamora, being the most powerful being, assuming that she killed Thanos, Killmonger, which is assuming he's the new Black Panther, and Black Panther as Star-Lord, and the rest is fucking history from there. I mean, you're telling me that this shit ain't gonna fucking have a foreshadowing the future? And of course, Agent Carter as the new Captain Britain. Give me a fucking break. You would have to be morons. You would have to be fucking morons to not see what your competition's going. And you think it could be that? Bitch, you really should have had a rethink of doing this multiverse, because the multiverse is really, honestly, just says a lot when you have a studio that really says a lot. Oh, and yeah, multiverse does look interesting. I do agree. What if does look interesting? I'm excited. The moment they announced that, I'm like, that's going to be one of the best shows. I knew that shit, because what if you could tell so many stories? It's an endless possibility of so many situations, so many things that could have happened. What if Iron Man killed Captain America and Bucky? What if Captain America killed Iron Man? The situations, the repercussions, the stuff where, oh man, it gets so much insane when you really think about it. And when you look at DC, what do they have? A fucking load of nothing. What do they have? Nothing. You got a bunch of TV shows that really don't connect at all. And it's just, in better words, it really says a lot. I'm not watching the Flash movie. I don't care if the Flash movie is good or not. I'd rather watch Captain Marvel or any other Marvel movie or any other movie in general. Oh, I'll watch the Transformer movie, as much as I regret fucking watching one of those trash films. I mean, hell, and this is coming from a guy who enjoyed half the shit on Michael Bay's films, but I mean, that's saying a lot, and I'm just saying how I feel about that. But we'll get to those movies one day, and I mean one day. But the problem is, and this is something that I think most people just don't understand, and I really think that people are just such delusional. The fans need to wake up, have a wake-up call. They don't care. If they release it, that means it's even further of our agenda. And let's say we won. That means we're no better than fucking Warner Brothers is doing to the Snyderverse. If we win, we pretty much have it where we pretty much scrap the Robert Pattinson and Batman movie and pretty much continue Ben Affleck's version. And I really don't want that. I don't want it to where I don't want it to where it really makes us look like the bad guy, regardless what happens. I think fans need to just accept the fact that really it's over. It's over. No matter if the situations really say any further. And as much as I want a continuation, it is what it is. As for DC films, they only got a few good movies that I'm looking forward to. Black Adam, the Matt Reeves Batman movie, Shazam, Fear of the Gods. That's it, buddy. That's it. You got those three movies of pure greatness coming the next couple of years. That shit's going to be hot. And when those characters are done, it's over. And you're probably going to ruin Aquaman's sequel. You're probably going to just destroy Wonder Woman's third entry. And the rest is history from there. And who knows if we do get a fucking sequel. And going forward, is Zack Snyder going to get paid to do this? Is Zack Snyder going to do his fucking Justice League movie? And that's just if the rumors are not true of him not going to Marvel. And that's, like I said before, if he goes to Marvel and directs a Daredevil film, which he has talked about, like, hey, I would like to do a Daredevil film if I ever worked for Marvel Studios, which, to be fair, yeah, that says a lot. Oh, wait. What do you say now? 616? If the MCU had all the rights from the very beginning, we would have it would have been DC. They would have beaten DC. Oh God, if they had X-Men and Spider-Man, oh God, there wouldn't be a fucking match. There wouldn't be nothing. They would just be endless. Granted, it wouldn't be we're in that situation now, but if we had that way back in the very beginning in phase one, oh goddamn, it would have been cakewalk. It would have been not even a contest. It would have been like there would have been a trilogy of X-Men, a trilogy of Spider-Man. We would have a trilogy of Avengers. We would basically Marvel would have won, regardless what. Now, granted, I think their approach would have been a lot more different because Marvel had to use characters that were not big. Iron Man was not the biggest. He was like a B-level character before he became an A-level character. And that's just saying a lot. And really, I'm going to say this right now. Warner Brothers doesn't understand. They've been so hooked on the world's finest. And I'm going to say this right now. It only happened now that they realize, oh, you could do other characters? What the fuck we're doing? We should do fucking Wonder Woman. Nah, I don't know about that. And Zack said, hey, well, why don't we have me and Patty Jenkins do the Wonder Woman film? We'll go make that shit, no problem. It really says a lot. And that's another thing. It had to take Zack Snyder and Patty Jenkins to do that Wonder Woman movie. Unbelievable. And this is why I'm saying it. Warner Brothers played it safe so many years. So many years. And it says a lot about a studio that doesn't understand what they have and they only using characters that really just sell and that's it. Meanwhile, Marvel's going to make every unknown character an IP that is going to make billions of dollars. It really shows. And it makes me kind of feel like maybe we should give it to someone else. Maybe we should give it to someone else that really gives a shit. Kind of reminds me how I feel with the Terminator franchise, the Alien franchise, the Predator franchise, and somewhat of the Transformer franchise to a certain degree, where you have studios that don't really give a shit about an IP now. They really need to just let it go. Give it to someone else. Make sure they do it right. And we go forward from there. It really says a lot. How many times do we have to keep repeating the Batman realistic situation? I mean, granted, there always comes a refreshing on the Batman aspect, but people like you and me, I'm hoping, wanted the supernatural aspect for Batman. And have Clayface, have Man-Bat, the Court of Owls to a certain degree, because the Court of Owls has like a serum to where they bring back the dead in a weird way, and it really has a lot of great stuff into it, but it's just all I see in that DC universe is a family-friendly Marvel clone. Shazam worked in that formula because it really, I'm going to say this, it really fits that character. But the problem is with everything is you can't replicate that Marvel formulaic style. That's what I like to call it. It's a style of Marvel movies that it's very family friendly. It's not too dark, but it's very lighthearted, and pretty much the rest is history. The problem with that is you got to make it very steady on where it needs to go. And when you have that stuff, it has to be interesting and amazing. But instead, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to make the bullshit of let's do it by force and shoved in as much as we can. Look what happened with Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84, the most forced, shoved in, down my throat, worthless crap I have ever seen in my life. And they ruined the first Wonder Woman movie by bringing back Steve Trevor, by doing all this bullshit, wasting Cheetah in the worst way, wasting Cassie Kane in a movie that really she had no business in. And it's just really, I'm going to say this. it really says a lot. I mean, I'm saying it right now. I'm fucking saying it. Like Warner Brothers needs to just fucking drop it and just give it up. Oh yeah, definitely. They don't care. Uh, they don't care about the world's finest, which is the true Batman and Superman. It's over. Oh yeah, overloaded. Except, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Um, I mean, and that's another thing too. I'm gonna use this movie for an example. Like, I'm not looking forward to the Flash movie because it's just gonna be, that Space Jam movie that's coming out a couple of months from now. They have that whole thing be a massive fan service to every Warner Brothers project that they have. So that makes me think, oh, you're gonna do what I think you're doing. You're pretty much gonna have some bullshit to where, oh, let's do fucking uh every fan service nostalgia goggle, every little thing that people liked over the years. And I feel like that's going to happen with the Flash movie. They're going to mention Superman, the Christopher Reeve films. They're going to mention a lot on the Tim Burton Batman movies, and maybe a few other DC universes characters over the years. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what else I could say, because it's just going to be like, so we're just going to shove in every fan service because, I'm going to say this right now. The Flash actor is not a really good actor. Ezra Miller, I really, really think he's just an actor that's very forgettable in a lot of his movies, and that's saying a lot. And it just tells me that, they're going to do everything they can to make his movie successful without having, oh yeah, exactly. I'm definitely, I definitely say a lot. And it really says a lot how people are on that whole direction on what they're doing. And, people say, oh, we're going to have this and this. And like, are you really think that this is a good direction for DC? And that's the thing, like I said with Ezra Miller, I don't think he's a good actor to bring in a movie on it as a standalone character. And if he did had a standalone character with no Michael Keaton, maybe Ben Affleck to making where he's mentoring Flash and all that stuff, which is fine. I have no problem. They're basically copying Spider-Man and no, fucking it's the same situation, but it's the same thing of Iron Man and Spider-Man having Batman mentoring Flash, which is fine. I have no problem with that. And you can go forward where he helps him to be better and as a better Flash and all that stuff. But I mean, I feel like I just have my gut feeling, and I have my strong feeling that they are going to do everything they can to just have it where, oh, we're going to have yours truly, and I mean yours truly, fucking replacing Ben Affleck. Oh, that should be the fucking title. Flash into the nostalgia verse. Oh, definitely. But anyway, back to what I was saying, like, they're gonna have fucking yours truly, the whole Michael Keaton replacing Ben Affleck. I guarantee you that, because I'm like, that literally gives me that feeling. They want to replace it, because if they didn't, you would have Batman show up in Birds of Prey. You would have fucking at least a continuity to where Wonder Woman doesn't wear her golden armor. Because I'm going to say this right now. Why have that be in that film just because of fan service? Because when I look at, and I'm going to say this right now, when I look at the whole thing on the fucking yours truly, I'm trying to say it with the best words I'm saying. When I look at the whole thing on the entire situation, what we have with the Zack Snyder universe, and see how they are trying slowly, bit by bit, getting rid of this universe. And they have Aquaman barely mentioning Justice League, or should I say Justice League, Joss Whedon's version of Justice League, which they say that's still canon. To me, it ain't. That ain't canon. I'm sorry. I cannot fucking consider that canon. It really just, when I see a lot of things where they're trying to push a lot of things away and just throwing things into one thing that they care about, it really says a lot. And there's an agenda. There is a hardcore an agenda that really says a lot about studios. And as much as I want to be a very positive on this movie, there's just so many times you just feel like, as much as I want to just support a studio, I can't support them. I just can't. I really am going to say that I just can't support it. And that's where I just come in and just saying, I would rather just go Marvel and support them. And that's it. And to be fair, I'm also going to mention a little bit more of the fans to a certain degree. I feel like a lot of times the fans really are very naive, stupid. They're very stupid. And it just makes me kind of scratch my head like, what are you smoking? What are you smoking? I love to smell that shit. I love to, because it really tells me that no matter what anyone else thinks, no matter what anyone else says, you're telling me that that's the direction you would want to see. Give me a break, seriously. I can't take that shit seriously. I just can't take that seriously, and it bothers me that people are saying false hope, false assumptions that really have no business really be in here. And I would rather just I'm going to say this right now. I would rather have some consistency than just false promises. With a Marvel rumors going around that saying Zack Snyder is under talks or considered to be directing a Ghost Rider movie, that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't, because I believe that, because a lot of times there's a lot of rumors going around and saying, yeah, that's true. That's true. The whole rumor of Miss Marvel, Ironheart, What If, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there were heavily rumors during Phase 3. And I'm going to say this right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we have Ghost Rider, movie or show, have directed by Zack Snyder. That says a lot. Oh yeah, Justice League Immortals. They could have had. Oh yeah, they could have had it all right then and there. Like, that's the biggest whoa factor, because I read a script video to where they explain everything, and I'm just literally watching this, and I'm like, wow. Now that sounds awesome. That sounds great. And it just really is awesome. You really had good stuff in there. And they killed it. They killed it right then and there. You could have beaten Marvel right out of the gate. It would, and granted, at the same time, it would have fucked over Christopher Nolan's Batman movie. But yet again, at the same time, and I'm going to say this, Heath Ledger died. I think the show would have been over regardless. What if they did go through with it? And I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that. Those two movies, because knowing that what was the inevitable on that whole trilogy on Nolan, it really, I'd rather take Justice League Immortals if you ask me. But yet again, we wouldn't know what was Nolan's third Batman movie. So you gotta. What's that word? Pick and choose. You get what I'm saying? But it's just the more I think about it, the more I just get frustrated on this shit. Like, as a fan who supports Marvel and supports DC and everything between on that stuff, it really just says a lot. And I tried my best to be a guy that calls it down the middle, and just like I said before with these fans. it really just bothers me. It really bothers me. Like, so let me get this straight. You're convincing me something that really it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen of what we need to know on the direction that we should have. The should have is we need to have a continuation from Zack Snyder's Justice League. We are not getting that. We're not going to give you the numbers. We're not going to give you shit. And it really just says a lot. And I think fans are just delusional, saying a lot. But I mean, it is what it is. I got nothing else to say. I mean, really, I just don't, because I had to say this. And, you know, for me, as a guy who want a continuation and also a competitor towards Marvel, and seeing a lot of the DC fans just go losing their fucking marbles and somewhat even being straight out assholes because of their own fat ego. You know, there's a lot of times when I see a lot of people just doesn't want to accept the truth. Like, for example, there was a YouTuber named J-Roar. He was a very big YouTuber on DC. He was very pro on DC. What happened? He quit doing DC videos for a very, very long time. Now, all of a sudden, he's back, but it's just he's not going to be consistent because that fan of him is dead, period. Done. There's really nothing there for just motivating him to more DC content. And there's a video of him explaining all that stuff, which is saying a lot. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, I mean, granted, you might see more videos on him talking about things, but it's just the principal factor. These fans who really think like, oh, we got all the shit. We're going to have competitor towards Marvel, fuck Marvel, this and that, DC's better and all that crap. And just, you get all that, let's just say, competitive side, which is fine, is awesome. It's really great. It's really awesome because it makes the fandom go even further. Yes, it can go a little bit toxic to a certain degree, but it's just, I think it's great to a certain degree as well. So I just feel like regardless what happens, I just feel that most fans need to just take a look at a lot of things, and they just need to look at the bigger picture. You're not going to be a guy where, oh, we're going to do this and this and this for reasons that nobody cares because of bullshit reasons. And that bullshit reasons is let's fuck over every little thing of what Zack Snyder did. Oh yeah, Christopher Nolan only made the Dark Knight because of I say Dark Knight Rises. I think he was okay doing a sequel to Batman Begins, but I do know that he is not really a big guy doing sequels, which is very disappointing. But yet again, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to be very controversial. He's not that great of a filmmaker. I like his first two Batman movies, but you know, I have to give it to David Goyer to really kind of fill into that gap because he is not really a big of a comic book guy. And I feel like David Goyer really kind of fill into those gaps of what Nolan wanted to do. Which is great, which is awesome. I'm happy that he was there because, I mean, personally, when you look at Christopher Nolan, he's a very complex director. And a complex director really goes very complicated. Look at his films recently after The Dark Knight. Very complicated films. And I don't know what else I could say about him because, I mean, personally, I would rather just have a director that knows his shit and knows the Batman mythology, which is yours truly, Matt Reeves does. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is on him. I mean, I'm looking forward to where he's going to do with the Batman character. But like I said, it really is a shame that we never got a chance to see Ben Affleck's version. I mean, we never got to see where he wanted to go. But yet again, it's like pick and choose what you want, and that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, but besides all that shit, I mean, I'm going to talk about a little bit of Marvel to an extent. Yeah, apparently Marvel is going to do the Mandarin again, and what concerns me is it really just makes me fear that are they going to do the rings right? Are they going to do Fing Fang Foom? Because I'm more concerned about that because I really want the Mandarin and his rings and everything about that particular character done right. And so far, what I've seen and what I've heard is I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. At first, I wasn't really all in on uh, Shang-Chi battling the Mandarin, but as I think about it, I'm like, it makes perfectly sense. You can have a lot of Japanese culture. You can have a lot of things going forward on that whole direction where they can go with the character. Okay, fine, fine. If you want to do that direction, whatever. I'd rather do another direction. But I mean, it really kind of tells me that I'm like, if we're gonna do this, we better do it right. We got to do the character. We got to bring Fing Fang Foom. We got to bring in the characters that we need to have. Don't just do bullshit just for the sake of bullshit. And this is like I said, calling down the middle and just saying how it is. And people say that I'm too much of a Marvel fanboy. No, it's more like I like certain directions, and I feel like certain directions were better than certain comic book characters or storylines. And I think that a lot of times it could be really good. Now, can it could go shit later on? No, yeah, Marvel could go down the toilet. And that's what scares me about Marvel now, because now they don't have much of a competitor. It's all guns blazing, and pretty much the rest is history from there. And it just makes me kind of feel like I really hope it doesn't go what I think it's going to go. I really hope that it doesn't go what I think it's going to go. Please don't, Marvel. Don't go soft on us. I would rather just be a guy who is just taking it down bit by bit and just doing a good consistency direction. And I'm really hoping that Marvel doesn't fuck up. So at this point, for adaptations, I'd rather have the universe in second. Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, and that's another thing too. I think animation should be a big push for Marvel. But yet again, which animation push are we going for? Are we going with the MCU direction? Or are we going to go with a completely different new style and new stories? Because I mean, that's just another thing. I mean, that's where they have to pick and choose. But as for Marvel in general, I really just want Marvel to just, if they're going to do interesting characters and stories and directions to where they do better, they need to stay consistent and let's just say, be better in going forward. Because now we're at a point with Marvel to where it's going to be very easy to go. It's going to be not as competition as it is. Granted, I could be proven wrong, but I mean, I don't see how. I really don't. But we'll see. Anyway, like I said, Shang-Chi looks great, but the Mandarin really, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it because I don't see the rings, and I'm hoping we see his rings in the film, and I'm hoping we see Fing Fang Foom in the film and going forward. Now, granted, there is somewhat of a dragon, and people are getting confused. Is that Fing Fang Foom? No, I don't think it is. But it's just, it really, you start to wonder, are they going to do it? You start to wonder, where are they going to do these characters? Where are they going to do characters like the Mandarin? Because this is their second attempt fixing their mistakes. And it really kind of makes you wonder where they're going to do with that character. But anyway, it's just a thought of people like me wondering, and I don't know about that. I mean, we'll see how. Well, that may be yours, but I mean, to me, I have no problem where they're gonna go on terms of like characters and directions. It's just my problem is I want consistency, but I'm fearing the future that they might go soft and they're not gonna go too much risky moves. However, they got a black Captain America and eventually replacing Thor for maybe one film, but that's it. But yet again, there's rumors going around that Natalie Portman pretty much could be the Mighty Thor for her own trilogy. I had heard about that, but that was like months ago, and honestly, I really don't know what they're gonna do with her. I think they're just gonna kill off Jane Foster and just have her be one and done. Let's get rid of the character. Let's have her pretty much fulfilled her contract, and the rest is history from there. And yeah, we'll see how things go. Anyway, I had to talk about how I feel about certain things on DC, and just yeah. Anyway, I got to get going. By the way, if anyone hasn't heard the news, Marvel's Avengers has a new DLC story mode out today, so I'm gonna be anticipating on that. So if you want to, let's just say, play with me, come join, because there's gonna be quite a loads of double Iron Mans. That's all I'm gonna say.